Hello, welcome. Today we'll be taking a closer look at the Spanish missions in North America. I've always thought this architecture was pretty cool, and I even visited a few of them when I was a kid. These missions were understood as a way for Spain to get a political foothold in North America. I'm sure there must be some truth to the story, but if you know the channel, you know I like to take alternative perspectives on these topics. And so with that in mind, let's get started. One anomaly that I'd like to point out is that in almost every depiction of Cortez meeting Montezuma for the first time, you can see castles and European-style cities already built out, as if the structures were pre-existing the Spanish. It's almost as if it used to be common knowledge. So back to the missions, they're built along what is known as the Camino Real, which basically means royal highway. There are a few things that make me wonder whether we're looking at a pre-existing infrastructure, and maybe the royal highway that they're referring to was from a past kingdom. We've looked at Spanish maps before on this channel. Here's another example called Mira's map from around 1777. As we can see, there's a key on the map indicating all the various kinds of structures that you'll see at that time. We have towns, Indian settlements, Spanish settlements, habitations of Gentiles or non-Christians. We have strange people's ruins and ruins of Spanish habitations, probably. That probably is quite interesting. It indicates that apparently even the Spanish weren't sure exactly what they were looking at. It gives you a wider perspective of the possibilities of what may have been going on the North American continent. And here's our Dominguez Escalante map from around the same time, showing built out structures that supposedly shouldn't be there. Here's our first mission San Francisco de la Espada. It is located in San Antonio, Texas, and apparently was completed by the year 1756. Looking absolutely ancient, even in the earliest photos. It looks like there's a combination of red bricks as well as stonework going on, and you can see the details on the wooden door. You could tell me that this is a European castle over 1,000 years old, and I wouldn't be surprised. Next up, we have Misión Concepción. This was apparently moved in 1731 to San Antonio. You can see the old stonework here as well, and the interior on some of these is quite impressive. Here you can see a level of weathering on the stones that seems to have a longer timeline than the several hundred years that were given. Here's an old shot of it, still looking extremely weathered. And you have this structure over on the right side of the picture that just looks absolutely demolished, melted, whatever you want to call it. The structure was not designed without intention either. We have alignments to certain solar events. We're told it was in honor of the Assumption of Mary, but we may be looking at other ancient holidays that could have been more widespread than we know. Some in this community have theorized that the Roman Empire is not what we've been told. Here's another cool one. It's Mission Santa Barbara, and it's often referred to as Queen of the Missions. It has those two beautiful domes as well as elaborate brickwork throughout. Here's an old postcard showing some of the size of the structure, and an old black and white photo where you can see all those arches. Here's a view of it from the modern day. and the interior, which looks elegant. Honorable mention, this is the structure that was used to film Nacho Libre.